A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A+ English.
Hello everyone, welcome to A+ English. I'm Mike.
I'm Chickling.
Today we're beginning a 2-day article all about those things that carry us around the city from place to place. No, I'm not talking about buses, MRTs, cars, trains, U-bikes, or scooters. I'm talking about the things that all of those, except the subway, the buses, cars, scooters, taxis, U-bikes, they all travel on the streets or the roads. Those sort of, I think of roads as sort of being like the blood vessels of the city, right? The way that your arteries and veins move blood around your body to all the places it needs to get to. Roads move people and stuff all around the city.
We as pedestrians.
And we as pedestrians too, yeah, absolutely. Now they're very convenient. They make traveling around easy and efficient as long as we know where we're going, but they can be dangerous and they do need to be taken seriously. They need to be cared for. We need to be careful on them, and we also need to be careful for other people because, of course, traveling on roads does lead to accidents and injuries and other bad things. So here's our warm-up question to get us thinking about the topic of roads and how we use them and such. How do you get around? Walking, scooter, bike, car, or another way?
When I still lived in the city, I used to take the MRT, but now I get around by driving because I live farther.
Aww, no helicopter?
If I had enough money, I would.
That'd be good. I don't think you can land a helicopter in Taipei very easily. You might have to go to the airport.
You can land right on AMC's roof.
Yeah, no. Okay. I think it would just fall down into the basement where we are. But yeah, that'd be wonderful, but most people cannot get around by helicopter. I walk often, bus, MRT. I have a scooter, but I don't use it anymore.
Me either.
It made me angry being hit by taxis or whatever. And of course, taxi can be convenient too.
Yeah, they are. Uber.
Uber, yes, that kind of thing. If it's a rainy day or if you're tired or have lots of things. What about you guys? How do you get around? Have a chat about that, and then we'll be back to talk about the article.
Welcome to Picture Dictionary. Tunnel, parking lot, skywalk, sidewalk, crosswalk, traffic light, pedestrian, walk signal, roadway, intersection, roadwork, road sign, underpass, gas station.
A guide to streets, roadwork, safety, and parking. Warm-up question. How do you get around? Walking, scooter, bike, car, or another way?
There is road work on our way to the restaurant.
Really? What's going on?
People are fixing the road.
What should we do?
Don't worry, we can use the GPS to avoid traffic and get there on time.
Great idea. The GPS always finds the best way.
All right, so our article about roads is a conversation, which is nice because I don't know if you're like me, I often talk about roads or accidents or trouble traveling around. It's a common thing to chat about with your friends or something on a busy day, if you're late for work or something. Anyway, so Kelly is one of the characters. She's kind of complaining about the fact that the roads are a bit of a mess and it's causing problems in her life, at least right now. She says,
"There is road work on our way to the restaurant."
That's a term, road works, when people are doing construction on the road. So they're digging up the road, they're fixing the road, they're painting the road, whatever, but it's blocked off. You have to squeeze through a smaller place. You could say they're doing construction on the road, or you can use this term roadworks.
所以就是施工，道路施工的意思。我们这边看到 on one's way to 一个地方，就是去某个地方的路上，但是回家就不需要加 to。比如说 on my way home， 所以比如说可能Mikey 的老婆就会跟 Mike 说，Oh, can you grab some milk on your way home？ 你回家前可不可以买一点牛奶？或者是 on her way to the store， 比如说到卖场的路上。
All right, so on the way to work, it's difficult for Kelly because of these roadworks. Well, maybe Thomas, he didn't notice, or maybe he came from a different way to get to work, or maybe he just doesn't know. He says, really? What's going on? He wants to hear more about this trouble that Kelly is facing because of the roadworks. And she says, basically, people are fixing the road. So yeah, roadworks, that's probably what they're doing. They're fixing, repairing the roads.
所以 fixing 这边就是修理。老师刚刚是不是讲 repairing 是另外一个字。那这个字 repairing 我们可以说当名词，我们可以说 Oh, the road is in repair. 也可以。
All right. So now Thomas has a better idea of the situation. He says, what should we do, right? They don't want to get stuck. They don't want to get to work late and have their boss or customers or whatever be angry. So they do need to have a solution to this little problem they have. And Kelly says, don't worry. I guess she's already thought about the problem and come up with a solution or an answer to the problem. She says, don't worry, calm down, don't freak out. We can use the GPS to avoid traffic and get there on time. Yeah, it's a good thing about the modern technology. Often your GPS, your sort of online map, it knows about the roadworks too. So often it'll warn you, oh, if you go that way, the normal way, this time it'll be slow, so it'll often tell you another way to get around. And since you drive a car, how often do you use the GPS?
Every day.
Really?
Every single day. Like, if it's the route that I'm not familiar with, but if it's like the normal route that I take every day, I don't actually take a look at my Google Maps. I use Google Maps all the time.
Okay, but without a GPS, would you be able to find your way around, or would you just go, oh, I'm lost?
I think I'll get lost instead. I think I'll get...
Yeah, I noticed my wife uses the GPS, I think, too much. Because it's like, we've been here before. Why don't you just remember how to come here? But I think once you start to use the GPS...
We rely on it too much.
Yeah, a little bit too much. I kind of like knowing where I am, so I don't mind being lost. But you're right. If you're traveling a long way, if you don't have time to get lost, the GPS can be a great friend. Anyways, Thomas, he loves this idea. He says, great idea or great solution, great way to get around this problem. As he says, the GPS always finds the best way. Yeah, it'll often tell you a few ways and say, this one is 5 minutes faster than that one. So it really can be very, very helpful.
And it even tells you when there's a traffic jam.
Yeah. Even it changes, depending on the time of day.
Yeah, and it'll tell you when you will get to your destination.
Oh, that's
like
true.
It's going to take 25 minutes, 35 minutes.
Yeah, it'll give you we call that an ETA.
ETA.
Estimated time of arrival.
对，就是你预测会到达的时间。
The GPS says to turn left at the next intersection.
Okay, turning left. What's next?
Just go straight for a few blocks. The restaurant will be on our right.
Perfect. We'll be there in no time.
The GPS was really useful on this drive.
Yes, the GPS will hopefully get them to work without too much trouble and running into those roadworks. And as they're looking at it, as they're driving, Kelly says the GPS says to turn left at the next intersection. So that's what the GPS does. It gives you directions in real time. And as she's looking at it, they're going this way, but then it says, oh, for you guys, now they should go that way. They should go left at the intersection where roads meet. That's what it is.
So you can also call that a crossroad,
yes,
right?
a crossroad, or it could be a T intersection.
就是只有 T， 它没有插出去，没有一个叉叉，它是一个 T 字路口 right?
but normally it's 4 ways, but sometimes it's 3. But basically where 2 roads meet, where you can turn instead of having to go straight, that is an intersection. Okay, Thomas must be the guy driving because he's sort of following what Kelly is telling him to do. He says, okay, turning left. So you can imagine the car is now going through a 90-degree left-hand turn, and now they're on a new road going in a new direction. He wants to know what's the next thing that I'm going to have to do, or what's the next thing the GPS is telling us. He says, what's next? What's coming up? And back to Kelly, I'm sorry. Kelly says, just go straight for a few blocks. All right, so he doesn't have to worry about making a turn for a few blocks or for a few more streets. He can just go straight, go zitzo, and the restaurant will be on our right. All right, so the restaurant they're going to is the one there that has the roadworks, but they should be there in no time. And after going straight, they will look for it on the right. That means on the right-hand side of the car. So don't look out this side. Look out that side, they'll see the restaurant.
So besides saying on our right side, we can also say on our right-hand side or on our left-hand side. 两个都可以哦。
There you go. And Thomas says, perfect. We'll be there in no time. So they didn't have any big problems because of the roadworks, and they won't be delayed at all.
Right, so in no time 就是马上即时的意思。那如果今天你 if you get somewhere on time, 就是 that means you get there at the exact time you have to arrive at that place.
Right.
就是准时，然后一个是即时，马上。
There you go. And in no time means just in a very short amount of time. Very soon. He could just say, we'll get there very soon. And Kelly is just really happy that this was this little machine, this GPS, was able to help them. As she says, the GPS was really useful on this drive. It was a situation where they didn't know they might have to change the way they get there. But when they did, the computer, the GPS had it solved. It handled the problem without any difficulty. So there you go. Back to the discussion. Do you think GPS is always useful?
No, sometimes the system might go wrong.
It's true. It does. You sometimes read stories about a lady who was driving and she drove her car into a lake or something because the GPS went crazy. She's out in the country and it says turn left now. Okay, and then you end up in a farmer's field or in a river or something. So I don't think it's all. They're definitely better than they used to be.
True.
Right? Every 5 or 10 years they get better for sure.
I think the best tip is to use the GPS at the same time, but you have to take a look at the road signs as well. So
and eyes. Use your eyes and your brain. You can use those as well. I agree. The GPS, it's like a guide. Right? But it's not God. Yeah, so you definitely use your eyes. If it says turn right, and that's going to take you through the front doors of a 7-Eleven, don't turn right. It's not a road. It's a 7-Eleven. Your eyes should tell you that. So that's a very good tip. We're going to be back with much more.
OK， 所以 Kelly 呢，他们一开始遇到了这个修理道路，就是 fixing the road。我们刚刚看到 roadworks 就是道路施工，那么 road 指的是道路的意思。我们有一个片语叫 on the road， 指的呢可以指一个车况已经可以上路的车了，又或者是指奔波的意思。比如说 I have been on the road since 4 o'clock this morning and I'm really tired。我从今天早上4点就开始奔波到现在，好累啊。那么一个谚语，中文也有。叫做条条大路通罗马，英文也有，就是 all roads lead to Rome. And let's take a look at another sentence with road as a noun. It's always a noun. 好， let's take a look. So Derek walked across the road to the 7-Eleven. Derek 穿过马路呢，去到了那一间 7-Eleven。但是不用担心，我们现在有 GPS， 我们就可以避开交通拥塞处，然后准时到达我们的定点。这个 avoid 呢，就是避开，注意后面可以加上动词，但是要是 VING， 或者是加上一个名词。那我们有一个片语叫 to avoid something like a plague， 就是坚决避开某一件事情。比如说 I've been avoiding him like the plague since the last time we met。 我们上次见面后，我就开始不想理他了，就坚决避开了这个人。好，那我们看另外一个句子哦。我们刚刚是不是说后面放名词啊，或VING？ 那我们这边放名词 I always avoid that park because there are rats there. 我都会避开这个公园，因为那边有老鼠。那我们刚刚有看到 go straight， 它就是直走的意思。这边的 straight 是副词哦。但当名词的时候，也可以就是有非常直的 like a straight line or like my hair, I have straight hair， 或者是你一个人很坦率、很坦直的也可以。比如说 just be straight with me and tell me what you think， 就老实的跟我讲，然后你在想什么。好，那么看另外一个句子，这边是当副词哦。The wind made the kite fly straight up into the sky。 这个风呢，让风筝直直的飞上天空。那我们刚刚也有看到 block 这个字，在国外呢，我们的路上会有很多的街区，所以大概几街区之远，我们可以说 be 加上几个街区 blocks away， 代表离多远。比如说 The store is just 2 blocks away. We can just walk there. 这一个卖场差不多走2个街区就到，我们就走去吧。那在美式英文，我们有时候会说 go on the block， 就是被拍卖的意思。比如说 Some of the artworks you see today will go on the block。 好，那我们看另外一个句子，这边是街区的意思。I walk to school. It's 6 blocks away from my house. 我都是走路上学，因为它离我家只有6个街区远。那我们是不是刚刚一直讲到左转右转，所以左转就是 turn left， 右转是 turn right。 不过我们口语很喜欢直接说 make a left or make a right， 有些人会说 make a left turn or make a right turn， 都 OK 哦。那刚刚也有提到说在谁的左边右边吗？ On my left, on my right, we can also say on my left hand side, on my right hand side. So don't forget to practice. Now right now, let's get to our review time activity.
Review time.
Okay, we have a little review before we finish things off. Our 4 new words, just to remind you guys, were road, avoid, straight, and block. So to test yourselves and my good friend here, we are going to play Fill in the Blanks.
Yay, my favorite game.
And so there'll be some sentences with missing words. But don't worry, you only have a 1 in 4 chance of, well, getting it right or wrong.
I'll get
you
all
have
of
a
them
very
right.
good chance of getting it right because there'll be 4 missing words, but they'll all come from our list. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was walking down the blank the other day when I noticed that there were some roadworks that I wanted to blank.
The first one is road. When I was walking down
the road today, yep.
And
I noticed some roadworks that I wanted to blank.
Some roadworks that I wanted to avoid.
That's exactly right. The roadworks were 2 blanks ahead of me, so I could only go blank for 1 block, for 1 blank.
Okay, they're only 2 blocks away from you.
The roadworks were 2 blocks ahead of me, so I could only go blank for 1 blank.
So you could only go straight for 1 block.
Exactly, and then I had to turn left or right. And I will not tell you guys if I turn left or right. Ooh, it's so exciting, isn't it?
Turn right, because there's a candy store.
Oh, is there? Oh, okay, well, I think I'll definitely consider that. We're going to be back tomorrow with more good stuff, so join us until then. And for all of you, we wish you a very good day and no roadworks on your way home.
Please, no.
Yeah, that would be good. Bye!
Magic Box.
大家好，我是星座专家唐启阳，又到了每周星座的时间了。双子座的朋友 ，Can you keep a secret？ 你可以保守秘密吗？在占星学当中双子座本来就掌管了这个讯息的传递，很多时候呢，不是自己打听了，但是这些八卦的秘密就自己传到你的耳朵了。要提醒你有些事情听听就好了，多嘴了小心惹祸上身哦。Can you keep a secret？ 你可以保守秘密吗？可以不可以？我们呢就要使用这个助动词 can。can 这个助动词呢可以用在几种情境哦。首先呢，它可以表达你所具备的能力，比方说呢 ，I can speak Spanish， 我会讲西班牙文哦。那呢，它也可以用来表达许可，比方说妈妈跟你说 ，You can watch television after you finished your homework。你功课写完之后呢，就可以看电视啦。 另外呢，跟中文一样啊 ，can 的这个可以呢，也可以用来呢表达可能性。比方说 ，It can be diamond。哎呀，他今天戴了一条项链，好美哦。哎，那可以是钻石哦，中文就会翻译为那可能是钻石，可能的意思。那 can 呢，作为助动词哦，就可以使用在以上的情境。那要怎么用它来造句呢？首先在肯定句的时候呢，我们就把它放在主词后面，动词之前。I can play baseball， 我会打棒球哦。I 主词 can 助动词后面呢加上原形动词 play。那如果是否定的话呢，我们就可以加上 not。OK， 可以是呢 cannot 两个字分开来，或者是呢 cannot 合在一起变成一个字哦，或者是缩写 can't can 一撇再加一个 t 哦。I can't play tennis， 我不会打网球哦。那问句要怎么问呢 ？OK， 我们分成是非题跟简答题了。是非题的话呢，我们可以直接倒装。例如呢，刚刚说 Can you keep a secret？ 你可以保守秘密吗？回答呢，我们就说 Yes, I can， 或者是呢 No, I can't。那简答题的话呢，我们就要搭配疑问词一起造句了。疑问词是哪些呢？就是时事人地物，比方说 When 什么时候 ，Where 哪里 ，What 什么东西 ，What can I do？ 我可以做什么呢 ？Where can I go？ 我可以去哪里呢 ？What time can we meet？ 几点我们可以见面哦？以上呢就是我们 can 作为助动词的用法喽。